गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसि नः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकविवर्जितः। गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनम्। गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किमन्यैः शास्त्रविस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णोर्वक्त्राद्विनिसृतं गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् एकं शास्त्रं देवकीपुत्रगीतमेको देवो देवकीपुत्र एव एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि अस्तु. So in the last class we were on the
29th completed.
So here what this shloka says is Prakrityaiva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvashah yapashyati tatha atmanam akartaram sapashyati. Atmanam akartaram. That is the important aspect here. So whatever we do, akartaram, we are not the kartas. That is what we need to understand. He who understands it in that way is the one who can obtain Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. Saha Pashyati means he can understand the Paramatma Tattva Jnana. He is the Jnani. Saha Jnani. So that is the thing. So everything is Prakriti Eva. Prakriti naturally or through the Prakriti it is happening. What is bound to happen is happening. In that sense, we have to see. And we have to consider ourselves not as the Karta. We should not consider ourselves as the Karta. That is when we will obtain the knowledge. He who understands that is Jnana. That is where we stopped. Okay. Idanim Savitri Bhagini.
यदा भूत पृथग्भावम् एकस्थम् अनुपश्यति तत एव च विस्तारं ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा यदा भूत पृथग्भावम् एकस्थम् अनुपश्यति तत एव च विस्तारं ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा यदा अव्ययं भूत पृथग्भावम् द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनम् अकारान्त पुल्लिंग एकस्थम् अकारान्त पुल्लिंग द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनम् अनुपश्यति अनु उपसर्ग पूर्वकं दृशिर् धातु परस्मैपदी प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनम् लट् लकारः तथा अव्यय एव च अव्यय विस्तारं द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनम् ब्रह्म प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं संपद्यते सम उपसर्गपूर्वक पद धातु आत्मनेपदी लट् लकारः प्रथमा पुरुष एकवचनं तदा अव्ययम्.
So here Vistaram Brahma. Brahma is also in Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Dvitiya only.
Kalinga Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Oh, Dvitiya. Okay. पदार्थः भूत पृथग्भावं भूतभेदम् एकस्थम् एकत्र वर्तमानम् अनुपश्यति सम्यक् पश्यति विस्तारं विकासं ब्रह्मा परमात्मा संपद्यते संभवति. अन्वयः यदा भूत पृथग्भावम् एकस्थम् अनुपश्यति ततः एव च तदा विस्तारं ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तत एव विस्तारं तत एव च विस्तारं तदा ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते. That will be correct, I think. यदा तात्पर्यं यदा पुरुषः भिन्नत्वेन दृश्यमानां स्थावरजङ्गमान् सर्वान् प्रलयकाले एकस्यामेव प्रकृतौ तिष्ठन्तीति पर्यालोचयति यदा च सृष्टिकाले पुनः तस्या एव प्रकृतेः एते भिन्नाः स्थावरजङ्गमाः सम्भवन्ति इत्यपि पर्यालोचयति तदा स अहं प्रकृतितोऽतिरिक्तः इति जानन् ब्रह्मत्वं प्राप्नोति. व्याकरणं भूतानां पृथग्भावः भूतपृथग्भावः तं षष्ठी तत्पुरुषः एकस्मिन् तिष्ठति इति एकस्तः तं कर्तरि का प्रत्ययः उपपदसमासश्च.
So here, what is the Kriya Padam?
Anupashyati.
Anupashyati. Kaha anupashyati?
Yada Brahma.
So here the Kartru Padam is not there in the beginning. So we can take Saha as Adhyahritam if needed. Yada Yaha also we can take. Yaha ekastham bhuta prithak bhavam ekastham anupashyati. Yada bhuta prithak bhavam ekastham yaha anupashyati tada saha vistaram brahma sampadyate. Okay, so when a person is able to see all the different beings, there are a whole different so many lakhs of beings, right?
Yes.
So all these different beings are coming from the same source, and their the existence is also from that same source, and they are spreading also from manifestation. They are coming. It is the same. The root is in the same, and the manifestation is also happening from that same source. In that way, he who understands will become the Brahma. Means here Brahma is again Parabrahma. Parabrahma in the sense Jnani. He becomes Brahma. Means he becomes Sampadyate. Means he will become. What will he become? He will become Brahma. Brahma means he who obtains the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam.
Yes.
So he will become that Jnani.
Jnani.
So here that Jnani is referred to as Brahma.
Yes.
So he will become that. That is why Brahma is in Napumsakalinga Dvitiya Vibhakti. It is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So Brahman is the Shabda. So Dvitiya Vibhakti. So two sentences. Yada yaha bhuta prithak bhavam ekastham anupashyati. Tataha means by being that, by being able to see that. Tataha eva cha. And from that source itself, ekastham, that one place is there. From that itself, tataha eva cha vistaram. And that bhuta prithak bhavam is being manifested. All the different beings are being manifested from that source. They are rooted. The origin is one, and the manifestation means the spreading of it is also from that one source. He who realizes that. Yaha anupashyati, saha tada brahma sampadyate. That is when he will become the Jnani.
Jnani, yeah.
So that we should be able to see. That one should be able to see in everything. Like that is how if we listen to the Kritis written by Tyagaraja Swami or Bhakta Ramadas or anybody, you will understand that how much they are trying to convey that everywhere the Paramatma is there. They are so much in deep devotion to the Paramatma that they are able to see Paramatma in everything. With
Yeah.
that mindset, they wrote those kritis. That is why those kritis have become so, forever people are able to cherish them, because there is so much of bhava in it, that what they felt, they put it in such kritis. And when we listen also, we are able to connect to them. Why? Because we understand the arti in that bhakti bhava. So
Yes.
that is why they all obtained moksha. Because for them, there is nothing else. Only Paramatma. In
Paramatma.
everything, they were seeing Paramatma. Whether somebody punished them or imprisoned them or whatever they did, it really didn't bother them. They were only focused on one thing, Paramatma.
Paramatma.
That's
Yes.
all. They chose to see that Paramatma in their own way. Bhakta Ramadas chose to see the Paramatma as Rama. Tyagaraja Swami also as Rama. Annamacharya as Venkateshwara Swami. Like this, maybe from one bhakta to another, there is a slight difference in how they chose to see the Paramatma. But ultimately, they were seeing Paramatma. They
Goal
considered.
is same.
Yes, everything in that. So that is the kind of, so such people will become
Yeah.
Parabrahma, because they understand that the source of everything in this world is one, and the manifestation of all these things, not only the source, but manifestation is the different forms that they obtain, each of these jivas, though the origin is the same, the manifestation, how they become also is the one and the same. Like it is like how the origin of the children of one mother is the same, but they turn into different people, but still the soul in them is the same, like that.
Yes.
In that way we can consider. Okay. Anantaram Alivelu Bagini.
आं भगिनि अनादित्वा निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मायमव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते अनादित्वात् अनादित्वात् निर्गुणत्वात् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मा अव्ययः
Paramatma ayam avyayah.
परमात्मा अयम् अव्ययः शरीरस्थः अपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते अनादित्वात् प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं निर्गुणत्वात् नपुंसकलिङ्गं प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं परमात्मा नकारान्त
पंचमी विभक्ति भगिनी अनादित्वात् पंचमी विभक्ति
पंचमी विभक्ति निर्गुणत्वात् पंचमी विभक्ति एकवचनं अनादित्वात् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मा परमात्मा प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं नकारान्तं कदा अयम् अयं द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनम् अव्ययः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं अंते कदा
अयम् आल्सो प्रथमा विभक्ति
अयम् आल्सो प्रथमा विभक्ति
अयम् इदम् अयम् प्रथमा विभक्ति शरीरस्थः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनम् अपि अव्ययं कौन्तेय संबोधना प्रथमा विभक्ति न करोति कृ धातुः लट्लकारं प्रथमपुरुष एकवचनं न लिप्यते लट्लकारं प्रथमपुरुष एकवचनं लिप् धातु लिप्यते आत्मनेपदी इति लिप्यते पदार्थः अव्ययः नाशरहितः अनादित्वात् अमूलत्वात् निर्गुणत्वात् गुणरहित्यात् शरीरस्थः क्षेत्रस्थः न करोति न आचरति न लिप्यते लिप्तो न भवति अन्वयः कौन्तेय अयम् अव्ययः परमात्मा शरीरस्थः अपि अनादित्वात् निर्गुणत्वात् न करोति न लिप्यते तात्पर्यम् अर्जुन एषः अविनाशी परमात्मा शरीरे वर्तमानः प्रकृतिसम्बन्धात् कर्म कुर्वन्निव भाति कर्मफलानि च अनुभवन्निव किन्तु अयम् अनादिः निर्गुणश्च इति हेतोः न तस्मिन् कर्मकर्तृत्वं सम्भवति नापि कर्मफलभोक्तृत्वं तत् केवलम् अस्य सन्निधानात् प्रकृतौ एव व्याकरणम् अविद्यते आदिः यस्य सः अनादिः नयि बहुरिः अनादेः भावः अनादित्वं तस्मात् भावार्थे त्वप्रत्ययः शरीरे तिष्ठतीति शरीरस्थः कर्तरि कः उपपदसमासश्च.
So here the Kriya Padam is
करोति न लिप्यते.
न करोति न लिप्यते. कः न करोति?
यः అజాహృతం తీసుకోవాలి కదా.
అయం అవ్యయః Paramatma,
అయం అవ్యయః
Sharirastha.
నా కరోతి నా లిప్యతే.
So here, if we take Paramatma as the main Kartrupadam, Avyayah, Sharirastha, Ayam, all these will become Visheshanas. So Ayam Sharirastha api Avyayah Paramatma Anaditvat Nirgunatvat Na Karoti Na Lipyate. So this Paramatma, which is Avyayaha means that which cannot be destructed. That which cannot be destroyed. And Sharirastha means that which is in the Sharira. The Paramatma is in the Sharira. Though it is in the Sharira, Sharirastha api, though it is in the Sharira, because it is Avyayaha, because it is, and this Avyayaha, that which cannot be destroyed, because Anaditvat, because it does not have an Adi. Anadi. Anaditvat means because it has no beginning. Nirgunatvat, because it does not have any qualities which are associated with it. Only when it is in the Sharira can have the gunas, right? But the Paramatma itself is devoid of any qualities. Because the Paramatma is not attached to anything. So that is why we say Nirgunam. Because of this, the Paramatma itself is not acting. The Paramatma itself is not tainted like Lipyate. It is not associated with any kind of action. Na karoti, na lipyate. So that is the reason why we have to should not consider ourselves as the Karta. We should not consider ourselves as the Karta. We are only doing the duty of whichever role we are playing. So that is what Krishna is saying to Arjuna. So because of these qualities. So what is told in the previous shloka? In the previous shloka, he who understands that everything is originating from one source, all the diversified jivas, the diversified life has the same origin and is being manifested from the same origin. He is a Jnani. And in the previous one, Akartrutva. So everything is happening as part of the Prakriti. That is why we have to understand the Akartrutvam. We are not the Karta. Okay, in this, because of the Anaditvat and the Nirgunatvat, the Paramatma, which is Avyayaha, and though it is Sharirastha, it is not the one that is acting. It is not the one that is attached. Na lipyate. Nothing is being tainted on it. Lipyate means like literally attached. To say, something dani meda
sticking.
Yes. So nothing is attached. Nothing is attached in the sense we cannot say that it is done by that in that way, like allegation, you can say.
No.
But allegation is only used negatively. Here, any kind of action is not associated with it. In that way, we can say.
Yes.
It is not touched, we can say. It is not touched by the fruits of action. Okay.
ఓకే ధన్యవాదాలు భగిని.
Sharirastah avyayah paramatma. So here both the kriya padams, though we have two kriya padams, they belong, they have the same kartru padam. So we have to take samuchita of the kriya padams in such a case. Okay. Anantaram Surya Bhagini.
నమస్తే మహోదయ. యథా సర్వగతం సౌక్ష్మ్యవత్ ఆకాశం నోపలిప్యతే సర్వత్రావస్థితో దేహే తథాత్మానోపలిప్యతే యథా అవ్యయం సర్వగతం. ద్వితీయ ఏకవచనం. సౌక్ష్మ్యాత్ పంచమే ప్రథమ ఏకవచనం. ఆకాశం ద్వితీయ ఏకవచనం. నా ఉపలిప్యతే, నా అవ్యయం ఉపసర్గ, లిప్యతే లట్లకారం ఆత్మనేపది ప్రథమ పురుష ఏకవచనం. సర్వత్ర అవ్యయం అవస్థితి, సర్వత్ర అవ్యయం అవస్థితః ప్రథమ ఏకవచనం. దేహే సప్తమి ఏకవచనం. తథా అవ్యయం ఆత్మ ప్రథమ ఏకవచనం. నా ఉపలిప్యతే, నా అవ్యయం ఉపసర్గ, లిప్యతే ప్రథమ లట్లకారం ఆత్మనేపది ఏకవచనం. పదార్థః సర్వగతం సర్వవ్యాపి సౌక్ష్మ్యాత్ అసంబద్ధత్వాత్ సర్వత్ర సర్వతః అవస్థితః విద్యమానః. అన్వయః. యథా సర్వగతం ఆకాశం సౌక్ష్మ్యాత్ న ఉపలిప్యతే తథా సర్వత్ర దేహే అవస్థితః ఆత్మా న ఉపలిప్యతే. తాత్పర్యం. యథా ఆకాశః పంకాదిషు పుష్పాదిషు చ వర్తమానః అసంగత్వాత్ న తద్గతేన దోషేణ గుణేన వా సంబధ్యతే తథా ఆత్మా అపి ప్రకృష్టే నికృష్టే వా శరీరే వర్తమానః న తద్గతేన దోషేణ గుణేన వా సంబధ్యతే.
So here sarvagatam means sarvavyapi, saukshmyat, asambadhatvat, sarvatra avasthitah vidyamanaha. Avasthitah. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat akasham na upalipyate सर्वत्र अवस्थितः देहे तथा आत्मा न उपलिप्यते. यथा सर्वगतम् आकाशं सौक्ष्म्यात् न उपलिप्यते तथा सर्वत्र देहे अवस्थितः आत्मा न उपलिप्यते. So like how akasham means here space, right? Anything that is space.
అంటే ఆకాశంలో ఏం కలవదని చెప్తున్నారు.
Ante, yes, correct. Na upalipyate means it is not touched by anything. The akasham, because of its quality, saukshmyat, ante it's asambatvat. It cannot be touched by anything. It is there everywhere, but it cannot be touched by anything. Sarvagatam, all it exists everywhere. But because of its quality of unable to be touched, you cannot touch it, right? So it is it cannot be touched. Na upalipyate. Similarly, though the atma is in the body, dehe avasthitah atma na upalipyate. The atma is also like that only. We have to understand that We are so much associated. The body is so much associated with the Atma. We keep saying I. We keep saying I am. This is my body. We keep saying this is my body. This is my house. This is my car. Everything that my is there. Who is the one that is saying my? It is not the Sharira. Sharira cannot talk. It is the Atma within the Sharira that is saying this my. But what we are not understanding is that this Atma is untouched by the Sharira. The mind is the one that is thinking like that I am the Sharira. It is attached not only to the Sharira, even to the things outside of the Sharira. My house, my things, my jewelry, my saris, my, whatever it is, my children, my village, my everything. We are so attached. But the truth is that, like how the sky, though it is everywhere, it is spread everywhere, there is no place where there is no Akasha. But it is not touched by anything. Similarly, Atma also, though it is in the body, it is not touched by anything. That we have to realize. Just because our mind thinks that we are attached to all this, that all of these are ours, that is not the truth. That is the Brahma. Our mind is making us live in that Brahma. So we have to realize that Atma is not touched by any of this. So that also we have to keep doing mananam. My mind keeps telling me that this is mine, that is mine. So why should we keep telling ourselves that these are not ours? Why? Because the minute we associate or start having such a association with something, automatically all other emotions will start coming. That attachment will cause pain when that thing is lost, right? When something happens to it, we will feel sad. Because of that attachment, we are getting this pain. If somebody steals it, we get angry. If somebody breaks it, we get angry. So all these emotions are connected with that attachment. We are trying to get rid of those emotions. How to get rid of those emotions? By understanding the fact that they are not in any way associated to the Atma, and the Atma is the one that is unperishable, Avyayaha. Atma is Avyayaha, that is the one that will be moving forward. And as it is moving forward, we are leaving these, even the Sharira, we are leaving behind. So why to get associated with something that we are going to leave behind and move forward? Now today, you want to go from one place to another place. You will get on a bus. You will get on the bus. Once you reach your destination, you will leave the bus. You will get down the bus. Will you be associated with the bus? Will you get attached to the bus? This is my bus, like that? No. Why? We are only looking at it as a tool, as a sadhana to go from this place to that place. There we are clear because it is a public transportation. But if we have a car, if we buy it for ourselves, then again we kind of get associated with it. How is it different from bus except for the extra comfort that we have? It is the same. We are using that car to go from one place to another place. Why get attached to it? We are using a city bus to go from one place to another place, but a city bus can be sometimes crowded. It may not come on time. There are some challenges there. So we are able to afford a car. We buy a car to use for the same purpose. So why should we get attached to the car? We need not.
Possessiveness.
We need not get attached, but we get attached. Because of the attachment, we are getting pain. When somebody runs into our car and cause a dent, we get angry with them. We get sad. All these emotions are coming. Why? Because of this attachment. The same city bus, we are going in that city bus every day. Another scooter or somebody came and ran into the bus and there is a dent on the bus. Do we get as much emotional as if it happened to our car? No. Why? Because we are not attached to it. So we are here because we are spending our money or whatever the reason, we are more attached to this rather than that. But actually, strictly speaking, we are paying for that bus also. The public transportation is everything that is public is ours. We are paying taxes. But it is not only ours, it is everybody's. So in that sense, we are trying to get attached to things. Means we are drawing a circle. First me, then my family, then my extended family. Like that it goes, right? So because of this attachment, we are getting hurt. We are all sorts of emotions are coming out. Like how we look at the city bus, we have to look at our car also. But the city bus, somebody else will take care of it because this is we are responsible for this because we purchased it. So we have to take care of it, getting it serviced and all that. That's all. Otherwise, the attachment part should be the same. Like how we are not attached to the bus, we should not be attached to this. We should remember that this is only a sadhana we are using to go from one place to another. The more we maintain it well, the more life it will have. It will become easy for us. Similarly, this sharira is also like that only. We are using this sharira to go from one life into another life. In between, with this sharira, we should achieve what we want to achieve. With the car, we are going from this place to that place. With this sharira, we should, where we are starting and where we are ending. In this life, what did we achieve? Not materialistic things, but spiritually. So I started learning that this is the spiritual journey. This is the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. According to this Paramatma Tattva Jnanam, I have to keep my indriyas under control. I have to maintain my body well. I have to maintain my mind well. I have to follow. There are so many different kinds of tapas. We studied about that. The Vak tapas, right? What we speak, we have to think and speak. We should not speak anything hurtful to others. So there are so many things we learned. So from the time we started, earlier we didn't know, fine. But now once we started knowing, how many of these are we actually practicing? From last year to this year, at least one thing that I practiced. So that is the growth. Like how in a car you are reaching your destination, using this body, we have to reach our destination. The final destination is moksha. But now we can set a small destination. At least let me do this vak tapas. At least let me do this akartrutvam, abhyasam. In everything that I do, let me tell myself, I did this because this is my responsibility. That's all. I did this because this needed to be done. The house needs to be cleaned, I cleaned. That's all. There is no more attachment to it. It is done there. Like that, with everything that we do, whatever we are learning, if we put into practice, then we are making progress. Then because we are using this sharira, we are given this sharira, we have to use this for some purpose. If you have a car, you have to use it for some purpose. If you simply keep it in your garage without using, it will get spoiled in a few days. Even a few weeks, if you don't use it, the battery dies. What is the purpose of having something if you are not going to use it for what it is meant? But at the same time, you have to use it for some kind of progress without any attachment. House is there. House is needed to protect ourselves from all kinds of weather conditions and thieves and this and that. So we have to use it only for that purpose. We should not get so much associated with it, spend so much on, other things, beautifying it or whatever. Of course, if we have the capacity to do that, we can do. There is nothing wrong in it. But what I'm trying to say is, we should not be over obsessed with it. That is not our only goal. We have to keep it in a good condition to how much ever we need to use it. That's all. Like that, every aspect we have to keep in mind that we possess this particular item for this purpose. There is a purpose for everything, whether we are using it for that purpose or not. Only till there, if we think, then that attachment will not form. But some people, they get so much attached to it that they spend their whole lives only on focusing on that material. So they are not using the body to progress in their spiritual path. Whether it is a house or a car or a child or something else, their focus is only on that. What we have to remind ourselves, when our Atma leaves this Sharira and goes, this house, we are not able to take the house with us. We are not able to take the car with us. So why spend the whole life only focusing on such things? Why don't we focus on the Atma, which is the one that is going to move forward? We have to take care of these as much as they help us to do our things. Like we have to take care of the house so that it will provide us comfort, so that we can do our things. If we don't have a proper house, it will be difficult to do our daily things. So we need a proper house. If we have a proper vehicle, we can do our duties. Like we have to go somewhere and do duty. Okay, we are using this vehicle. Similarly, this Sharira also should be in condition for us to be able to do our duties, as either as a Grihastha or either as a Vidyarthi or either as a whatever role we are playing in the society. That's all. For that, we have to take care of the body. Like that, here, but we have to keep in mind constantly that the Atma within this Sharira is not attached to anything. So we should, whenever we say this is mine, again, we have to stop, pause, and think, is this really mine? Who am I talking about when I say mine? I am talking about Atma. The Atma is the one that is talking. So the Sharira itself is not mine. How can that be mine? I am using that. Of course, if we use it in a Laukika way, that is fine. But what I'm saying is that possessiveness. This mine concept should be there to some extent, but not to the point where we get into obsession. There should be some boundaries when we are in this world, but we have to apply the boundaries consciously to the point where it is not affecting us. Right? So, because when we are living in this Bhautika world as a Grihastha, we need those boundaries. We definitely need those boundaries, but we should be aware of that. We should not get totally obsessed with it to the point where we think that Atma and Sharira are one and the same. We should always remember, like how the Akasha, though it is totally encircling the entire Prapancha, it is not touched by anything. Similarly, the Atma is also not touched by by anything. Okay. Anantaram, Toshali Bhagini.
आं भगिनि यथा प्रकाशयत्येकः कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत यथा प्रकाशयति एकः कृत्स्नं लोकम् इमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत यथा अव्यय प्रकाशयति लट्लकारः प्रथम पुरुष एकवचन एकः प्रथम एकवचन कृत्स्नं द्वितीय एकवचन लोकम द्वितीय एकवचन इमं इमं इमि इमानि प्रथम एकवचन रविः प्रथम एकवचन क्षेत्रं द्वितीय एकवचन क्षेत्री मतुपथे इनि प्रत्ययः तथा अव्ययः कृत्स्नं द्वितीय एकवचन प्रकाशयति लट् लकारः प्रथम पुरुष एकवचन भारत संबोधनम् पदार्थः कृत्स्नं समस्तं लोकं भुवनं क्षेत्री परमात्मा क्षेत्रं शरीरं प्रकाशयति दीपयति अन्वयः भारत एकः रवि कृत्स्नम् इमं लोकं यथा प्रकाशयति तथा क्षेत्री कृत्स्नं क्षेत्रं प्रकाशयति तात्पर्यं अर्जुन यथा एकः रवि जगद्गतानि नानाविधानि वस्तूनि प्रकाशयति प्रकाशयन् च न तद्भेदेन भेदं गच्छति तथा अयम् आत्मा अपि नानाविधानि शरीराणि प्रकाशयति प्रकाशयन् च न तद्भेदेन भेदं गच्छति। माध्वमतं यथा सूर्यः लोकं प्रकाशयति तथा सर्वक्षेत्रस्थः परमात्मा चेतना चेतन रूपक्षेत्रं स्वज्ञानविषये करोति।
चेतना अचेतन रूप क्षेत्रम स्वज्ञान
चेतना
विषये करोति. There is okay. So atra, so the gist of this shloka is like how the Surya illuminates the whole world. Prakashayati kritsnam lokam ekah ravihi yatha prakashayati tatha kshetram kshetri. Okay, so like that, kshetram is the body. In this context, it is the body, the field.
Sorry.
Field here is body, and kshetri is the like the the lord of the field, means the Paramatma. So the Paramatma also illuminates all the shariras. And this Paramatma is the same. Here, Kshetram, though it is taken in singular, it indicates that the Paramatma will illuminate all the Shariras. What it means is the Atma in all the Shariras is one and the same, which is the Paramatma. That is how we need to understand.
Yeah.
So here Prakashayati. Kaha Prakashayati? Ravihi Prakashayati. Yatha Ekah Ravihi Imam Kritsnam Lokam Prakashayati, like how this one sun illuminates this entire world. Tatha Kritsnam Kshetram Kshetri Prakashayati. The Kshetri, Kritsnam Kshetram. There that Kritsnam is indicating that all the bodies are illuminated by that one Paramatma. Okay?
Okay.
Nana vidhani sharirani. If you look at the Tatparyam also, yatha ekah ravihi jagat gatani nana vidhani vastuni prakashayati prakashayancha na tad bhedena bhedam gacchati. Tatha ayam atma api nana vidhani sharirani prakashayati prakashayancha. Okay? Without any difference, it will illuminate all the bodies. That
Okay.
one Paramatma. Okay. Anantaram Jayapred garu.
నమస్తే. హలో,
చెప్పండి, చదవండి.
క్షేత్రజ్ఞయోరేవమంతరం చక్షుషా భూత ప్రకృతి మోక్షం చ ఏ విదుర్యాంతి తే పరం. క్షేత్రజ్ఞయోరేవమంతరం జ్ఞానచక్షుషా భూత ప్రకృతి మోక్షం చ ఏ విద్యుర్యాంతి తే పరం. అదేం చెప్పాలండి? క్షేత్రజ్ఞ, క్షేత్రం అంటే ద్వితీయ విభక్తి.
క్షేత్రజ్ఞయోహో. సో అదంతా సమాస పదం. షష్ఠి ద్వివచనం.
చక్షుషా జ్ఞానం
జ్ఞానచక్షుషా ఆల్సో సమాస వర్డ్. సో తృతీయ ఏకవచనం.
భూత ప్రకృతి మోక్షం. భూత ప్రకృతి మోక్షం.
ద్వితీయ విభక్తి ఏకవచనం.
చ అవ్యయం
ఏ ప్రథమ బహువచనం.
విదుర్యాంతి.
Viduhu. Viduhu with the dhatu, kartari prayoga, latlakara, prathama purusha, bahuvachanam.
ते परम ते बहुवचनं కదా
Malla bahuvachanam, prathama bahuvachanam, yanti. Latlakara, prathama purusha, bahuvachanam.
ते परम ते కూడా
Padartha.
పదార్థ ఓకే జ్ఞానచక్షుషా జ్ఞాననేత్రేణ क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोः शरीरात्मनोः अन्तरं वैलक्षण्यं भूतप्रकृतिमोक्षम् अविद्यानाशं विदुः विदन्ति परमं परं ब्रह्म अन्वयः एवं ज्ञानचक्षुषा क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोः अन्तरं भूतप्रकृतिमोक्षं च ये विदुः ते परं यान्ति तात्पर्यम् एवम् आत्मशरीरयोः भेदं ज्ञाननेत्रेण ये विदन्ति या इयं भूतानां प्रकृतिः ततः मोक्षं च ये विदन्ति ते परं ब्रह्म उपयान्ति माध्वमतं तदेवं क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोः भेदे भूतेभ्यः तदेवं क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोः भेदं भूतेभ्यः प्रकृतेश्च जीवानां मोक्षोपयोगि गुणांश्च यो वेत्ति सः मुक्तो भवति.
So here kshetra kshetrajna, the chapter name itself is kshetra kshetrajna vibhaga yoga. So the distinction between kshetra and kshetrajna, that one needs to understand. So here now it is explained. So kshetra is the sharira, kshetrajnaha means he the lord of the sharira, he who knows about the sharira, also we can say, the who is none other than the atma. So this antaram, the distinction between kshetra and kshetrajna, kshetra kshetrajnayoho antaram jnana chakshusha yaha viduhu or ye viduhu in bahuvachana, those who understand the distinction between kshetra and kshetrajna with their jnana chakshusha, with their wisdom eye, bhuta prakriti moksham. So bhuta prakriti moksham means moksham from this prakriti, in which all the sarva bhutani are there, sarvani bhutani will obtain. So the bhuta prakriti moksham also they should be able to understand. So the liberation from the bhuta prakriti, that also he who understands will te param yanti, they will go to the paramapadam, they will understand, they will obtain the moksha, they will actually obtain the moksha. Only when we are able to understand the difference between kshetra and kshetrajna, means atma and the body, sharira. And how can one understand that? With jnana chakshu, with the wisdom of, with wisdom. Means with Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. Here wisdom is nothing but Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. Only then, and also understanding that one has to attain liberation from this Prakriti. This Prakriti and Purusha are two things. So Prakriti is the materialistic part. So from there one has to obtain moksha at any time, liberation. They have to be liberated from this materialistic world. That one, if one understands. Here this moksham is the detachment. We can look at it as the detachment from the materialistic world. Those wise people will obtain Paramapadam. They will not come back into another body, into another Sharira, because they are liberated from the Maya. Bhuta Prakriti is nothing but Maya. They will obtain, they will be liberated. Moksham. Bhuta Prakriti Moksham means liberation from this Maya, means realizing the difference between Sat and Asat. What is Sat? What is Asat? That knowledge he who obtains, those people who obtain this knowledge with their wisdom, and by wisdom again Paramatma Tattva Jnanam, those people will obtain the actual moksha, param yanti. They will obtain the Paramapadam. So here the Kriya Padam is Viduhu. One is Viduhu. Ye Viduhu. Ye kim Viduhu. Antaram Viduhu. Antaram punaha Bhuta Prakriti Moksham. Kasya Antaram or Kayoho Antaram. Kshetra Kshetrajnayoho Antaram. Ye Viduhu. Bhuta Prakriti Moksham Ye Viduhu. Kena Jnanachakshusha. Jnanachakshusha Ye Antaram Viduhu. Bhuta Prakriti Moksham Viduhu. Te Param Yanti. So those who obtain or understand or know, Viduhu is to know. Those who know the difference between Bhuta Prakriti, Kshetra Kshetrajna, between the distinction between Kshetra and Kshetrajna, and those who also understand Bhuta Prakriti Moksham, liberation from the materialistic world, that one has to obtain liberation from the materialistic world. Those people will obtain the Paramapadam. Okay. So we shall stop here today and start the next chapter in the next class.
Thank you. Okay.
अस्तु भगिनि
Alivelu Bhagini.
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नमस्कार भगिनी धन्यवादः सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः धन्यवादः
Shubharatri Sarvebhyah.
शुभरात्रि
धन्यवादः भगिनी.
सर्वेभ्यः
Shubharatri. Thank you so much.